Essays on Untouchables and Untouchability, Religious by Babasaheb Ambedkar. Chapter 1 2. To understand the function and purposes of religion, it is necessary to separate religion from theology. The primary things in religion are the usages, practices, and observances, rites, and rituals. Theology is secondary. Its object is merely to nationalize them. As stated by Professor Robertson Smith, ritual and practical usages were, strictly speaking, the sum total of ancient religions. Religion in primitive times was not a system of belief with practical applications. It was a body of fixed traditional practices to which every member of society conformed as a matter of courage. Men would not be men if they agreed to do certain things without having a reason for their action, but in ancient religion, the reason was not first formulated as a doctrine and then expressed in practice, but conversely, practice preceded doctrinal theory. Equally necessary, it is not to think of religion as though it was supernatural. To overlook the fact that the primary content of religion is social is to make nonsense of religion. The savage society was concerned with life and the preservation of life, and it is these life processes which constitute the substance and source of the religion of the savage society. So great was the concern of the savage society for life and the preservation of life that it made them the basis of its religion. So central were the life processes in the religion of the savage society that everything which affected them became part of its religion. The ceremonies of the savage society were not only concerned with the events of birth, attaining of manhood, puberty, marriage, sickness, death, and war, but they were also concerned with food. Among the pastoral peoples, the flocks and herds are sacred. Among agricultural peoples, seed time and harvest are marked by ceremonies performed with some reference to the growth and the preservation of the crops. Likewise, drought, pestilence, and other strange irregular phenomena of nature occur at the performance of ceremonials. As pointed out by Professor Crowley, the religion of the savage begins and ends with the affirmation and consecration of life. In life and preservation of life, therefore, consists the religion of the savage. What is true of the religion of the savage is true of all religions, whether they are found for the simple reason that constitutes the essence of religion. It is true that in the present day society, with its theological refinements, this essence of religion has become hidden from view and is even forgotten. But that life and the preservation of life constitute the essence of religion even in the present day society is beyond question. This is well illustrated by Professor Crowley when speaking of the religious life of man in the present day society. He says how man's religion does not enter into his professional or social hours. His scientific or artistic moments, practically its chief claims, are settled on one fact: his life is in two parts. On one day in the week, from which ordinary worldly concerns are excluded. In fact, his life is in two parts, but the moiety with which religion is concerned is the elemental. Serious thinking on ultimate questions of life and death is, roughly speaking, the essence of his Sabbath. Add to this the habit of prayer, the giving of thanks at meals, and the subconscious feeling that birth and death, continuation and marriage are rightly solemnized by religion, while business and pleasure may possibly be consecrated, but only metaphorically or by an overflow of religious feeling. Students of the origin and history of religion, when they begin their true study of the savage society, become so much absorbed in the magic, the taboo, and the totem, and the rites and ceremonies connected therewith, they found in the savage society that they not only overlooked the social processes of the savage as the primary content of religion, but they failed even to appreciate the proper function of magic and their other supernatural processes. This was a great mistake and has cost all concerned in religion very dearly, for it is responsible for the grave misconception about religion which prevails today among most people. Nothing can be a greater error than to explain religion as having arisen in magic or being concerned only in magic for magic's sake. It is true that savage society practices magic, believes in taboo, and worships the totem. But it is wrong to suppose that these constitute the religion or form the source of religion. To take such a view is to elevate what is incidental to the position of the principal. The principal thing in the religion of the savage are the elemental facts of human existence, such as life, death, birth, marriage, etc. Magic, taboo, and totem are not the ends, they are only the means. The end is life and the preservation of life. Magic, taboo, etc. is resorted to by the savage society not for their own sake, but to conserve life and to exercise evil influence from doing harm to life. Why should such occasions as harvest and famine be accompanied by religious ceremonies? Why are magic, taboo, and totem of such importance to the savage? The only answer is that they all affect the preservation of life. The process of life and its preservation form the main purpose. Life and preservation of life is the core and center of the religion of the savage society. That today God has taken the place of magic does not alter the fact that God's place in religion is only as a means for the conservation of life, and that the end of religion is the conservation and consecration of social life. The end.